How many people would you be willing to hurt? How often would you make them suffer? You're here to participate in my game, the Game of Fortune. Clyde and Devin, okay. Lilith and Laura. Been quite a labor of love. Hey, let's go. That's when you know it's been a very fun project. Richard and Philip. Jade and Grant. Theresa and I like Theresa. I like Kishi. I like Zeph. Since we did quite a number of updates this release. Ooh, really? I did see that. I did see there were some updates to the game like yesterday. William and Elizabeth. There are a lot of characters. There's 16 characters. Okay. Belle. We got the Crazy Goddess. Or Crazy Game Master, I guess. Because we don't know if they're a goddess or not. Or I don't know yet. One update just yesterday? Yeah, I saw that. Alright, I need to make this like fully full screen because I don't like that I can see this little barrier here, but that's probably like an option for me. Options. Let me get this fixed right quick. Full screen. There we go. Notice that white and black bear and students killing each other. Danganronpa. So I was advertised, and Monster, just so you know, and anyone who comes to chat, Zeta here is here to answer any of your questions. They are one of the devs for, I don't know if like, do I call you the dev or are you the only developer or are you like a team? But they are one of the devs of the Game of Fortune. So if you have any questions for them, feel free to reach out in the chat and give them any questions that you might have. More than happy to answer. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. So like, yeah, I was advertised, solo dev, holy. Working hard. Look at that. Lots of conscious and helpers. So, hey, you know what? You did an amazing job, though. Alright, so let's back it up here. I don't want to look at extras yet. I just want to go straight. I cannot do art or music, etc. That's fair. I can do writing myself, but I cannot do art or music either. I will draw if someone tells me to draw a circle, I will draw a square. Alright, so I gotta figure out voices here. How are preparations looking? If I don't know the person, I'm just going to give like a generic, like my regular voice. Perfect. All the participants are on their way. Everything should be set in stone and ready to go. And you're certain that all the participants are trustworthy? You need to relax. How many background checks have we done now? At this point, we could probably guess what everyone had for breakfast this morning. You've been betrayed before, so I don't want to take any chances. Well, that's on you for picking people with shaky resolve. Shaky resolve? After you threatened them? Allegedly threatened them. I already told you I didn't have a hand in it. Yo, what's up, Sappy? Welcome in, welcome in. We are playing the Game of Fortune. Again, every person that comes in, I'm going to let you all know. We do have a dev of the game in chat, so if you have any questions for them, be sure to ask them any questions that you might have about this visual novel. I am excited to play. Visual novels just have so, like, just layers upon layers of storytelling. And I'm ready for it. That's enough. I don't want to deal with any more bickering or squabbling. We've done everything we can. It's all out of our hands now. I want no spectacles, no outbursts, and absolutely no repeats of what happened last time. Like onions? It is indeed like an onion. Is that understood? Yeah. You'll blow up one time and no one lets you forget about it. But we had to do a lot of work to cover up what you did. What did I just say about bickering? Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to just close my eyes and rest easy. After all, we've got a long day ahead of us. Okay, Devin. Okay, Devin. I'm not going to assume any genders, but I'm going to just go with a feminine voice here. I'm actually able to sleep just like that. Okay, Clyde. Clyde's the other dude. Let's give Clyde my voice, and Devin will try to work on something else. Hey, Devin, wake up! Are we there yet? I think we're close. The driver hasn't spoken a word since we left. But they said that we were on a strict schedule, right? More importantly, how are you sleeping at a time like this? What? It's early in the morning. We left at midnight, and I figured that'd be the perfect time to get some sleep. I don't need to ruin my sleep schedule by staying up until 4 a.m. when I could be catching some Z's right now. Don't tell me you've been awake this whole time. You're gonna be a zombie by the time we get to... whatever it is that we're trying to get to. I wouldn't have said to stay up all morning if you had been awake too. Hey, this was your idea, wasn't it? I don't know why you're freaking out. You need sleep? No one needs sleep. I don't need sleep. I woke up at several times last night 'cause I had to pee. I just feel like something's not right. Well, it's probably too late to do anything about it. But if you want to talk it out, maybe that'll make you feel better. I wish I could be as calm and collected as you, Devin. It's an acquired skill that I've honed with practice. My head is starting to ache. Just try and run through the basics. Sounds good to me. Okay. Where are we going? So where are we going again? Good question, but I haven't a clue, really. You don't have any idea where we're going? Why are you asking me like I know any better? Let's see. Well, I remember that this shady guy said that he was going to take us somewhere. He didn't say where it was. For all we know, it could be a football stadium, or a casino, or a graveyard. Even be a boat. Be a fun surprise for sure. Oh shit, that was the wrong person. That's not as reassuring as you're making it out to be. Well, I'm just trying to make the most out of uncertain situation. Besides, it's not like we were kidnapped or anything. We chose to go, and we were given plenty of opportunities to back out. Could even be a boat. That's a nice boat. For any of those who recognize that meme of "that's a nice boat," you receive an OG reward. I know, it could... why is this place so far away? No idea, but they did tell us what it's going to be a long drive until we got there. All I know is that the location is called Clover Gate. Tried looking up a place near here with the same name, but I didn't see anything. Must be one of those insider terms. Maybe just be a big meadow full of clovers. Doubtful, but I'd honestly rather take that than some of the other options you listed. We'll find out when we get there. Until then, no point in fretting about what it might end up being. Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, how do we end up here? Oh man, you're just really having some bad sleep deprivation if you can't remember all that. Still, I can give you a little spark to get you to remember. Your mom got really sick, and all the doctors said they couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. You started getting worried. You got desperate, started looking for any treatment center that could help her out. Then you said you came across some group called the Digits of Eden, or something like that. Yeah. It's all clicking in my head now. It said they had a cure for any ailment. You know advertisements like that are usually scams, right? Like 99.9% of the time. I know that, but I checked a bunch of reviews and all the comments were positive and all the information seemed legitimate. Still sounds like a scam to me. Maybe they got some reviewers to bloat up the ratings. Happens all the time online. I mean, it is suspicious that despite having such good reviews, you had to scour the dark web to find even a single mention of them. It was sketchy. But I had to give them a chance. I was at the end of my rope. That's what you told me. They entered into some kind of raffle to win a trip to one of their treatment centers, and as fate would have it, you won. And now we're driving out to the treatment center, though they never really gave a location or description as to what it looks like. Right. Fast forward to today, and now we're on our way over there. If this really is a scam, it's a really dedicated one. You know, isn't it weird how they're taking you to the treatment center and not your mom? They said that it was imperative that I was the one who showed up. I wanted to help my mother. Sounds suspicious to me. All this, maybe they're going to hold us hostage for a ransom. Don't say that. Chill out. It's probably not that. Like 99.9% sure it's not that. I mean, if it were, they sure as heck chose the wrong people to try to get a ransom out of. Both know we're not exactly loaded or related to any rich folks. Unless you've been holding out on me for years. Is that it, Clyde? Have you been skipping out on sharing your royalty money with me? Devin, do you know how ridiculous you sound? Of course I don't have any gold bars hidden anywhere. Then it's probably not ransom, and you should rest while you can. Only, Devin. Only. How are you feeling? Sleepy, but slightly refreshed. I got a few more hours. I think I'd be ready to go. That's not what I mean, Devin. I mean, like, you okay with all of this? Coming along with me? Well, I'd prefer to spend my Sunday getting into Mysterious Truck and... Oh, not to spend my Sunday getting into Mysterious Truck and driving 4 hours everywhere. But it's definitely not the worst thing around. You said this thing needs a partner, right? That's what I was told. Well, it's a no-brainer then. I'm not going to leave you hanging if your mom's treatment is on the line. Besides, it might be fun. I just didn't want you to feel like you were pressured into this or anything like that. Oh, please, Clyde. You're like one of the least influential people I know. Is that supposed to be a compliment? The best friend tells you what's up, right? It's me, I'm the best friend. I'll tell you what's up, and I'll tell you in your face, be like, yo, something ain't right here. Something fishy, something a little whack here. Not really, but it sounded better in my head. Gee, thanks. Besides, a dishwasher and a line cook for a pizzeria are the perfect dynamic duo for some kind of road trip, aren't they? Imagine what kind of shenanigans we'll get into. Ideally, none. You've got no sense of adventure. Don't you get tired of washing dishes all day? Friends don't let friends get involved in weird schemes. Listen. Speaking of, I had to tell my friend when I was in college, who was very gullible. And I was like, hey, I'll give him a name. Hey, Bob, don't do the thing, because we were in a big city. And they were like, hey, there's this job advertisement to make $30 an hour at this one location. I'm like, that sounds like a sketchy thing. Where's it located? And like I said, we were in the big city. And it was like on the outskirts of town. When we looked it up on Google Maps, it was like at one of the factories. And I'm like, that sounds like trafficking. You should not go there. Which we reported the number, and then it turns out a few days later, it's like, yeah, it was a trafficking scheme. I was like, oh, well, glad we didn't get to go. This might be a really fun break. The kind of stuff you could write a book about. Or a spot on the obituary page of the local newspaper. $30 an hour? I don't want to be trafficked. Yo, what's up, Ava? Welcome in. How you doing? We are playing the game of fortune. Been gaslighting AI? Ain't that a trip? Have you been telling it that it doesn't exist? At least someone will read it. Boundless optimism. Still, this is better than one of us going into this with a good attitude at least. How'd you marry like 5 AI? What? Just as we finished speaking, the truck came to a sudden stop, and the driver craned his neck to look over at us.
We're here.
Aw, man, I didn't get to finish my nap. Get the chance to sleep on the ride back. I guess, but I'm still feeling drowsy. Walking around like will wake us up a little, right? I'd say so, but it's not like we've got any other choice. Ah, gotcha, Ava. The doors to the truck opened, and Devin and I hopped out. Looking around, it appeared that we were standing in a large field of clovers. In truth, a rather pleasant place, illuminated by soft torchlight. But what's concerning is the large crowd in the distance. I couldn't see them clearly through the darkness, but there were a whole lot of them, more than I can count. You know, for a place called the Clover Gate, there's a lot of clovers, but not a lot of gates. What grade the Peanut been doing? Oh, by the way, Ava, let me mention, Zeta is the dev of this game. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them anything. Peanut's doing good. They're doing job stuff. We are streaming Pokemon tomorrow. The finale, hopefully. Aren't you more concerned that this place doesn't look anything like a treatment center? Not even like a facility to get drugs or something? Maybe the clovers are magical and their powers only work during a full moon. Don't actually believe in that garbage, do you? Well, you never know until you try. By all means, stuff your face full of grass. I'll be waiting to see the effects. Don't tempt me. You know I'll do it. But hey, there's a ton of people over there in the back. Can you see them? Barely. They're practically silhouettes. Can't really make out anything about them. Spooky, but we haven't been gagged or cuffed yet, so we're probably still safe. Oh. Yo, what's up, Croc? How you doing? Like funny, concerning questions, but it'll scare them off. The birds are not screaming, thankfully, today. They're screaming in Peanut's room. Peanut's office are the two little birds, and they're having a day. Welcome in, Croc. Stop trying to scare me when I'm already on edge. Then take a nap. The Cloverfield here looks really comfy. I'm not taking a nap in the middle of nowhere. We're surrounded by who knows what. Your loss. Those colors look super soft. Devin turned over to our driver, who leaned against his car. Hey, bud, you sure you get the right place and didn't just drive us over to some campsite? This doesn't seem like a... Where did you say we were going? A treatment center. Yeah, what he said. Just wait. It shouldn't be long. Well, that's not ominous whatsoever. That's a debut yesterday, and I feel like still carrying me through what will be a tiring morning. Hey, congrats on debuting. Heck yeah. Hope you had fun. Okay, Ava, have a good one. I'll see you later. I tried, Clyde. Looks like we're just gonna have to wait. Gave up pretty quickly. What's a girl supposed to do? Interrogating him? They have to wait, so we might as well. I suppose so. I kind of wish we had coverage over here, though. Yeah, we really are in the middle of nowhere, aren't we? Yeah, but I guess we ought to just wait. But we didn't have to wait long. We ended up meeting with a bunch of other people who didn't seem to be part of the larger crowd. There were a few pleasant chats and some not so pleasant ones. But as time passed, we were called to gather together for some kind of meeting. Oh God, hello. I watched eagerly as the four of them began to walk towards the center of the field, as an entourage followed close behind, bearing a variety of equipment. Each of them wore an eerie mask, something out of a Greek comedy. Though with a brief glance I could see that the masks were numbered 1 through 4, and each had a designated color: gold, blue, white, and green, respectively. The small crew began setting up torches, while others started erecting a small stage with microphones and speakers. I would have been impressed at how quickly they set everything up. Didn't look like they were preparing some kind of odd ritual. Hey, if they start asking for human sacrifices, I think that we could run into the woods to escape. Tempting. Really tempting, Devin. Not for the fact that there's at least a few dozen people surrounding the place. We could probably take them, or at least like 2 of them. I don't think that we would make it that very far. I'm trying to listen in on what they're saying. I wanted to snap back at the guy, but my curiosity got the better of me. As all of the new arrivals were herded to the area near the stage, I found myself eager to hear what these masked individuals had to say. Soon enough, the person in the gold mask brought a microphone up to his face. Good morning. It's wonderful to see you all here on this fine day, the 40th anniversary of the Digits of Eden's founding. Some of you may know me as one of the founders of the Digits of Eden. Others may simply know me as the first. And some of you may not know me at all. Right here, right now, what matters is not me, but you. Before me stand 16 participants, 16 individuals, 16 chosen ones, who shall forge their own destiny in a game set to shape the lives and deaths of others. Lives and deaths? The pause as the gold masked man seemed to look us over for a moment. Some of you I recognize, and others are newcomers. A few of you are here today because you performed your duties for the Digits of Eden well, and are now allowed to participate in one of our most sacred blessings. Others may have been referred to this place by some of our members in good standing, a gift which we hope you'll one day repay us for when the time calls. And others, still, may be here simply because of fate, a design of beings we cannot comprehend. Nevertheless, we accept your presence here for the most holy and mystical of events. Regardless of your origins, you have found yourself here for one reason or another, and we hope that you shall enjoy the game of fortune with all your body and soul. Game? The game of fortune? What the heck is that? No one ever mentioned some game of fortune. I shall now pass on instructional duties to the second. Please pay proper attention, for all of you will be instructed on your logistical procedures, regardless of whether you are familiar or unfamiliar with the game of fortune. The gold-masked man stepped back, and the blue-masked woman moved forward. Okay, I'm trying to think of this voice. At 4:44 a.m. exactly, this clover field will shine bright, and a blue door will appear. It's only big enough for 2 people to enter at a time. Each of you has been assigned a partner, or has been instructed to bring a partner with you. You must hold hands as you walk through the light, for you shall not be able to pass through to the Divine Realm. The Divine Realm has strict rules, one being that exactly 16 participants must enter through the Clover Gate within 4 minutes. As such, we shall carefully but swiftly usher each of you to the gate once it is opened. There will be no need to push, shove, run, or fight, as there is no benefit nor penalty associated with the order which you returned. Nothing weird about that whatsoever? Oh no, nothing weird at all with cult-like behavior. You shall also be patted down for weapons and other illegal items before entering the Clover Gate. The Divine Being does not like such things being brought into her realm and issues punishments for those that attempt to sneak them in. Additionally, while you may also bring electronic devices with you, their functionality will be extremely limited. However, the Divine Ruler has never disallowed them, and thus, if you wish, you bring them along. Finally, as a general piece of information, all clothes, accessories, and items on your person will carry over with you into the Divine Realm. As long as they are not weapons, the Divine Ruler shall permit you to bring them along, and you need have no fear of losing them. After all, our explanations are complete. You shall be given a brief moment to ask questions, as well as retrieve any items you may have left in the trucks that transported you here. Afterwards, we'll separate you into your pairs and prepare for the Clover Gate to appear. With that said, the third shall now go over our approved guidelines. The woman with the blue mask stepped back, while the white masked man stepped forward. As per our tradition at the Digits of Eden, you shall have complete freedom to play the game however you see fit, so long as it pleases the Divine Ruler of the realm. However, we do have some customary rules which we shall now go over for both new and returning participants. First, that none shall bring any permanent harm to any member of the Digits of Eden without prior consent of all 4 leading members. You know who you are if you have such permission. Ignorance will not be tolerated as a proper defense. If you are found to have permanently injured, killed, or removed mystical divinity from any Digits of Eden members, you will be punished accordingly. For those of you who do not know the Digits of Eden, it simply means that you are not to make any wishes that we are likely not approve of. Use common sense if you have to. Moving on, some of you may be given tasks. You are to obey those tasks to the dot. If you return with your task unfulfilled without sufficient reason, you shall be punished in accordance with our laws immediately. So don't try and weasel your way out of your jobs. Do whatever you can to ensure that our will is done. Aside from that, you are free to wish whatever it is that the Divine Ruler allows. The fourth will now finish us off with a hymn of the fourth Divine. White masked man stepped back, and then the green masked man approached his microphone. For those unfamiliar with the hymn, simply hum along. We've seen that character so far. Listen, I'm trying to give everyone a unique voice at least. He cleared his throat before breaking his arms up. Couldn't be bothered to actually listen in. It was a ridiculous ceremony after all. The crowd, on the other hand, while modest in size, seemed to grow louder and louder with each verse, forming a zealous chorus that made me want to shrink down to the size of an ant and skitter away. Hey dude, I'm seriously getting some bad cult vibes here. You think? You think, Devin? Oh, it gave me that idea. Was it the torches or the weird song people are raving about? Hush, we're almost done. Cult vibes? Who would have thought, Mirage? Who would have thought? Look at these faces. No, 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 no. They seem perfectly fine. How you doing, Mirage? Welcome in.
That concludes our ceremony for the Game of Fortune. We have roughly 10 minutes left before we shall make the final preparations. Are there any questions that you'd like to have answered?
Are there any questions? I have so many that I can't choose what to ask for. Who is this fourth divine? What are the 4 digits? What are the digits of Eden about? What is the Game of Fortune? I was ready to raise my hand to get one of my questions answered. Just one. So I could wrap my head around any of this before I even had the chance. The man's hand immediately shot up. Yeah, was any of this necessary? A moment of silence before the green-masked man composed himself.
Of course. Do you think otherwise?
Well, if the gate is going to happen at exactly 4:44 a.m., why do we need any of this other chanting bullcrap stuff?
Tradition, mostly. We never ask that you participate, but that you respectfully listen. Free to go on your merry way after all is done.
It just seems a little odd to me. Who may be able to choose who can participate in this game? It would just be first come, first serve. Why are there showmanship and ceremonies when all I have to do is walk through a gate? Another palpable silence. Couldn't tell if he's trying to incite something, or if he's genuinely curious as to why he had to do all of this. More fortunes is very exciting. Ooh, so are you a previous player? I'm curious. Okay, don't, if you are a previous player of the game, don't spoil it. This is hands-free, no backseating. I'm just gonna figure out what's happening. I'm glad you could join the cafe. Glad to have you here, Mirage. And also, Mirage, if you don't know, Zeta, lips are sealed shut. Zeta here in chat is the dev of the game, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Points, dev. Eventually, the white masked man spoke up. Told the situation before things got even more awkward. Simple. We do it for the sake of order. Don't be mistaken. The Fourth Divine did not lay out rules on who could or couldn't participate. Well, not completely anyway. Can you imagine a free-for-all of people trying to drag themselves through the gate? Such madness would no doubt rub her the wrong way. And thus we decided that it would be best to simply take control and choose who would participate based on our own internal factors and decision making. Is that a satisfying answer for you? Well, not really, but answer the question, I guess. Oh, Gruff Man? Oh god, okay.
I've got a quick.
Wait, that's the same one as the other one. Gruff.
Well, question. Hey, you be able to tell who's actually gets the interest of the digits of Eden? Or you get some kind of spot on the inside or something?
That's the same one as the yellow, as White Mask. You know what, Gruff Man? Oh, no. I feel like that is a... well, that didn't work for some reason. Account created 5 minutes ago? Oh, shit. Yeah, no, hey, buddy, that doesn't work. Ignore that follower. Holy shit. Sorry, y'all. That was, account literally created 5 minutes ago. I mean, with a name like that, no. I'm not gonna even tolerate that. Fucking weird people. Hold up. How much you want to bet this dude makes another account and tries to come back in? Weirdos? 100% weirdos. Like, I don't know. Okay, sorry, I'm getting away from the game right quick. When there's a sus name like that, don't even try. I don't even try. I'm waiting for this person to come back in with a different name, but it's the same context. Like, I have very fast fingers. I can type very, very well, and my wife loves me very much. Okay, Gruff Man, Gruff Man. You know what? Gruff Man, you're getting nasally voice. Icy Cat today. I'm Spicy Crow Green because people are being weird. How you doing?
Some way of chatting with people in the realm of the vine or whatever. We have ways of cross-checking people's actions through the realm of the divine. Now you shouldn't have to worry about that if you're not going to do anything against us. I just don't want to get blamed for someone else does something stupid. But if you got a way to ensure that we'll be fine, then do whatever you need to do. You have no reason to fear. Any other questions?
We aren't going to be in any real danger, are we? Another brief moment of silence. The four masked leaders looked to one another before the one in the gold mask stepped back up to the microphone. No, absolutely not. No one that has ever participated in the Game of Fortune has been killed or injured. The game may be mentally taxing and may exhaust one's spirit, but the body always returns whole, if that is able to alleviate your understandable fears. If there's one thing I can tell you, it's that we won't let any harm come to you so long as you don't bring any harm to one of us. The answer was so sincere, so honest, but despite everything else going on, despite how unsettling this all was, I didn't get the feeling that he was lying. It was enough to melt away any of my other fears for a moment, like I had shed my skin and would now be ready to brave whatever it was that would be thrown at me. Maybe that's foolish. Maybe it's just my body trying to force myself not to go into panic mode. Whatever it was welcomed. If that's all you have about 5 minutes to gather any items you wish to take with you. You'll then be patted down before being escorted to the right location for the Clover Gate. That is all. May you have a fortune with fortune. You doing alright, Clyde? Well, this is probably as good as I'm going to get here. They're being honest about how we're not actually going to be in any serious kind of danger. I suppose we got no choice but to believe them. So there's some relief in that, I guess. Well, there's always the running option if you want to take your chances with that. They've got trucks. Probably a crowd of guards stand by. True, but I'd rather take those odds than something else if we get thrown in some kind of ritualistic altar. They said there'd be some kind of door though, right? Yeah, let's hope that that's a physical door and not some metaphorical thing that requires us to give up our souls or some spiritual bullshit like that. Yeah, it would be bad if we lost our souls. 1 second. Okay, we're good. If we survive this whole thing, you're going to owe me big time. That's fair. This has been a whole lot. On the bright side, it'll be a nice story to tell other people. Time I would sleep into some weird cult, that'll turn some heads for sure. There was that boundless optimism again. Even when things were tense, couldn't help but look for a silver lining. But I guess that was for the best, wasn't it? One of us needed to stay positive, and the other had to remain skeptical. So you got everything you wanted? Didn't bring much. My phone and my wallet. What about your bag? Anything in there? Some snacks, but that's about it. You? Nothing. I think I need to bring in anything other than my phone with me. Guess that means I don't need to worry about bringing anything illegal with me, right? Probably not. I'm more curious about some of the other people. Some of them definitely went back for their trucks to either pick up stuff or drop stuff off. Guess the Fourth Divine doesn't appreciate it when people are packing heat, huh? For all of our sakes, let's hope none of them are. As our conversation continued, we and the other participants were organized out into pairs. They gave us a pat-down to check our belongings to make sure none of us were carrying weapons. After that, Devin and I were escorted out towards the center of the field with the other pairs lined up 2 by 2. Everyone was holding hands as instructed, which Made things more than a little awkward, but not for the reasons that you'd expect. Clyde, your hand is so sweaty. And yours isn't? Only guns are allowed to muscles? What if, like, just have the big muscle head. Let's come in and be like, I will wreck your shit. Welcome to the gun show. Oh, I forgot, I can give other characters voices because I'm not playing Coffee Talk. Yes, when we get a definite face character, I'm gonna do some other voices here. Out of the two of us, who do you think is more nervous? Don't use that kind of logic against me. I'm just saying, maybe you should invest in some antiperspirant cream for your hands. I don't want to have to wipe my hands over my clothes just to get them dry. You think I want to be this nervous right now? No, but I'm the one stuck to your hand. Sheesh. How longer do we have to wait? Didn't they say that this gate thing was going to open at 4:44 a.m. or something? Pretty sure that's right. Why can't it be 4:44 p.m.? I got such an obsession with that number that's beyond logic. I'm not the one who leads this weird Digits of Eden thing. Why didn't you ask them? They feel like raising my hand during the questions portion of the little seminar. It seemed like a stupid question. Well, your loss. I doubt they'll be answering anything now. At least you could give it as a pamphlet. Soon the crowd became restless, counting down the final seconds until the designated time. Like it's almost time. Oh boy, I'm so excited. We anxiously watched and waited as the count lowered. The air started to feel warmer, and a soft wind swept across the clover field. Faint blue sparks of light appeared, floating in the air like fireflies. Globes began collecting the center of the field, forming a faint white and blue globe of light that shifted in shape and form. At the same time, the countdown became more and more fervent, and cheers and chants continued to mix in as the countdown grew closer and closer to 0. That's normal. That's totally normal. I'm down for that. Be like, it's fine. No worries. The blob of light molded itself into a doorframe with a pale blue light shining out from the front. The light's intensity grew and grew, similar to the volume of the crowd as they reached a climax of their chant. Till finally, the countdown reached 0. Before I could comprehend what was truly going on, I watched the first pair walk through the door, hand in hand. Magical doors in the daily? Nah. Look, if I could and it'd be a good isekai and I don't die, sure, I'd do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. The light swallowed them, leaving nothing behind, and the next pair went, and the next. Holy shit, is this real? I couldn't answer Devin. We were up next at the gate. Only one way to find out. Shit, man, if I actually die from this, I'm gonna kick your ass. I ignored her nonsensical statement. I hesitantly walked forward, held my breath, and closed my eyes, tightly clenching Devin's hand in my own. Part of me had expected that walking through this thing would be like walking through lava. It would burn. It would swallow me and force me to sink into a deep, agonizing pain. Instead, it was just a bright, overwhelming light, accompanied by the feeling of my breath being taken out of my chest. But it wasn't suffocating. It was like I didn't feel the need to breathe at all. It just felt like something was being gently pulled from me. And then, all white faded into darkness. My eyesight flickered for a few moments as I stirred awake, my consciousness clawing itself back to the forefront of my mind. My first instinct was to sit up, rub my back of my head, and get my bearings. After a few blinks, things started to become clear. I could see that I was sitting in some kind of lounge. My memories slowly seeped back to me as I recalled everything that occurred only a few minutes ago. Looking around, I could see all the other participants, either relaxing or just waking up like me. Hey, Clyde, you're finally awake! It didn't take long for Devin to catch my attention as she walked towards me and sat down. How are you feeling, bud? We just walked through the door of literal light. Well, I guess I feel fine. Just confused. Light doors will do that to you, I'm told. You're still able to keep that wisecracking mouth of yours despite everything, huh? Hey, you. Finally awake. No! I don't want to be... No! Skyrim is the worst isekai. I don't want to go to Skyrim. No! Still able to keep that wisecracking mouth of yours despite everything, huh? Well, we're alive, I think. So I figure there's no reason to keep cracking... There's not a reason to keep cracking jokes. Yeah. We might be alive, but where the hell are we? Oh god, Red Hat Woman. Oh, this was... I forgot her name in the intro credits. You know what? We're gonna do our thing. We're going to offend our fellow Australian British viewers because I will try to go for an accent. Her name is Red Hat Woman. Her name is Red Hat Woman. You're right. You're so right, Zeta. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The red-headed woman interjected as she walked towards us with a sheepish woman in tow. You don't understand any of this nonsense either, do ya? I can't say that I do. Right, doors of light don't just render you unconscious or transport you to weird places. Doors of light also don't appear out of nowhere. Don't get smart with me. It's unusual and I don't like it. Okay, Green Hat Woman. Let's go for... It said that she was sheepish. I'm gonna go for very low. I know it's weird, but it doesn't seem to be that bad. Sheepish woman finally spoke up as she nervously glanced between the red-haired woman and me. Some of the others here don't seem all that worried, so it's probably fine. I know you mean well, but the fact they aren't panicking doesn't mean that we're in an ideal situation. We could have been drugged and cut it off in some remote facility for who knows what. Drug us, all 16 of us, and without anyone noticing or putting up a fight? They had plenty of opportunities. They could have done it in the trucks on the drive here. I don't know. It sounds like you're just trying to explain the unexplainable. Maybe some divine being really did just teleport us here. Spare me the spiritual hippie bullcrap. I entertain it because I thought we'd get something out of it, not get sent to whatever the hell this is. I mean, look around. You see the exits around here? This place is weird, and most of the others are acting like it's perfectly normal. If anything, I find it more suspicious that more people aren't freaking out, or at least questioning what's going on right now. She's got a point. People here seem too lax about all this. That's probably because they know what's going on, right? I mean, some of the people here clearly know what this place is. Can you shut up, lady? A crass young man shouted from across the room. You're so damn loud, we're gonna miss the announcement. Your accent's so charming for her? What do you mean? I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Depending on, like, her dialogue for later on in the future. What'd you just say, you little punk? I said you're loud and you just said you're trap. I can't even hear myself think. We're here in the Clover Lounge and all you keep doing is yakking about how this doesn't make sense. Okay, I want to know why he's labeled Weird Kid. Okay, I only gave the voice because Weird Kid is like a weird voice, right? I hope that this voice, like, I want this kid to scream and like have like maybe an agonizing death, and I could just do like a weird death wail with this voice. The woman's eyes narrowed as she strode up the young man. Don't. He's just a kid. I'm 20 years old. I'm not a kid. He's old enough that he should know when to speak and when to keep his mouth shut. Don't waste your breath. You get the answers you want soon anyway. And you don't want to make an enemy of me right now if you can help it. Punk ass kid. You better be telling the truth. Oh, old man.
He is. While his tone could certainly use some work, he's certainly not saying anything false.
For the moment, it seemed like the woman was placated enough to keep herself from socking the kid in the mouth. I've been hoping that we get a moment to rest and cool off, but as soon as he stepped back, a voice called out to us. It seemed like fate had other plans. What a spectacle! I didn't think we'd get a spat like that until we get started! We have such a lively group here today, don't we? The voice was unfamiliar, and looking around, it seemed like most of us were trying to figure out what was speaking, or at least where they were. Up here! Draw your eyes up this way! Our eyes turned upwards, and we were greeted by the sight of a woman perched on a throne mounted to one of the walls. Do I finally have your attention? Excellent! Oh, it's so wonderful to be able to see your beautiful faces. There are even a few here that I recognize. Did you really miss me so much that you want to come see me again? I'm flattered, truly. Oh, but don't worry, I don't play favorites, and I'm sure I'll learn to love all of the newcomers as much as the veterans. The lady exuded an air of knowledge, elegance, and control, as if she saw everything, understood everything, and in a way, governed everything. Who are you? You aren't with us in that Cloverfield. I remember you standing in line to go through the gate. You think she snuck in? Maybe. We were in the middle of the line when we went in.
No one snuck in.
Oh, sporty girl? Oh my god. Ah! You know what? Sporty girl? No, I was gonna save the southern drawl for somebody else. Sporty girl?
Yeah, we were the last ones to jump in. No one tried to cut in front of us or anything.
Aw, you're so cute. I could tell you've really got no idea what's going on. Hey. Don't worry, I'm going to explain everything in detail shortly. All character's voice, that's fine. I have a notepad writing down all the voices. But suffice to say, I don't need to sneak into my own home, my own realm. Your own realm? Then, are you the fourth divine? Is that what people are calling me now? It's fitting in a way, but also so tacky. Like putting diamonds in gold and then lining them with silver, only to dip them in chocolate. Oh, techie guy?
Sounds kind of awesome if you ask.
Wait. Techie guy? Techie guy's getting the southern drawl. There we go. Actually, reverse that. Techie guy, you're gonna be Palpatine.
That was kind of awesome if you ask me.
Bleh. Just way too tacky. You can copy that out there, but don't use that title here, alright?
Well, what would you have us call you then?
That's the thing, isn't it? I was going to go with Jin or Zero since they both have 4 letters. Palpateki? Yes. But then I realized that they were already taken, and the last thing I want to do is steal someone else's identity. Plus, Zero isn't really my deal. I'm all about the number 4, you know? If that was a reference to League of Legends, I congratulate you. I love Jin. I love Jin.
Do you want us to call you 4 then?
That's even worse. It's way too on the nose.
I suppose you've got a point there.
After much deliberation and discussion with myself, I ended up deciding that you should call me Belle. 4 letters. It's elegant, simple, and has a bit of mysticism to it, don't you think? The other 4 obsessed character? Yeah, let's go. I love playing Jin. Oh, Creepy Man? Man. Okay, so here's the difference. Weird Kid has a voice like, so I'm gonna do Creepy Man's voice or Creepy Man's line with Kid's voice here. I'm gonna listen to it and try to change it. Works as well as any other 4-letter name. Okay, so that's no, Creepy Kid or Weird Kid has like, it works as well as any other he sounds like a Sylvester. The Creepy Man, let's go with my brain's not working. My brain just literally stopped. What if I do this? Hold up.
It works as well as any other 4-letter name.
Belle. Right, okay. You still got a divine ruler here? Now you're picking up what I'm laying down, Clyde. So, let me guess. You don't really know what happens here in my realm, do you? Not really. Being honest, it's kind of weird to be in a place that's supposedly holy or spiritual, I guess. Honestly, it's a good virtue to have, and someone needs to admit not knowing, so those who are too prideful to say so can get answers too. I can tell you that I'm very much a divine being of sorts, though I understand your hesitation. Perhaps you'd like a demonstration? Belle hopped down from her seat, gently floating to the ground as though gravity had been lessened just for her. Think of a number, any number. Going to try and read my mind? I could do more than that. In fact, think of a number, a color, and an animal. Alright. If she was claiming she could read my mind, I'd just think of something ridiculous. 8 magenta giraffes. Oh, excellent choice. And voila! Belle snapped her fingers and a plume of blue smoke appeared nearby, and cleared to reveal 8 magenta giraffes. What the actual hell? Ah! What? What the heck? How did you... This is my realm! So I can do all sorts of fun things here, like this! Belle clapped her hands and the giraffe shrunk into blue chickens. Then, as if that wasn't enough, she kneaded them all together into some kind of dough, which she tossed into the air. By the time she caught it, it had transformed into a fully cooked pizza. It was so ridiculous that I had to rub my eyes and stare in silence as she gingerly started eating a slice. And I could do way more than that too. I could fly, teleport from place to place, and my absolute favorite ability is... She stuffed her mouth and her words grew incomprehensible. Well, I'll tell you later. But you believe me now, right? Even if you don't, I'm sure that enough people here probably do. So, you're God or some spiritual being or whatever? What's this place all about? I'm glad you asked, Devin. It's really quite simple. You're here to participate in my game, the Game of Fortune. A competition for all you to duke it out and earn my favor, where the winner gets a wish granted by yours truly. A wish? That's right. You'll get an amazing wish. I'm not gonna monkey paws you or do anything evil. I'll grant it to you with every intention that you've got for it. I really am just the greatest, aren't I? You are. You certainly are the greatest, Miss Belle. Oh, thank you. But just Belle is fine. Gotcha. Well, Belle, can we ask you questions? There's so many things I want to know about this little game. You're putting the cart before the horse now, aren't you, Willy? I don't even spend a full 5 minutes here and you've already asked me about my private life. Tell you what, you win the game and I'll answer any and all questions you've got. Until then, everything's on a need-to-know basis, okay? Guess that's fair. We've all got our own rules and stuff to follow. We'll be playing a game to get some wishes granted. That seems like a nice deal to me. What are the rules? There's a lot of things I'd like to wish for if I had the chance. Oh, God. Wishes don't exist, idiot. And if they did, I wouldn't trust someone to act like this with anyone all the time. Any of mine. Oh, sorry, my throat did not like Palpatine's voice. We might not be able to do Palpatine's voice. Even after all I've done, shown you, you're still doubtful, huh? Well, I suppose a mix of skepticism and belief is what makes life interesting. As for your question, Jade, I'll explain the rules quite simply. The Game of Fortune is a battle royale, where one winner will emerge victorious and earn a wish of their choosing. We'll play for 4 rounds total, with each round having teams of 4 people, and in those groups, you'll play a variety of games. After each round, exactly 4 players will be removed from the game. The final round will have exactly 4 participants fighting for victory. And the winner will, of course, be getting their wish granted. Seems straightforward enough. Starting for the first round, we'd go from 16 players to 12 to 8 to 4, finally to 1. 4 rounds of games. It's such a lovely number, isn't it? But you hit the nail on the head. Get that much down, then the rest of us will be a breeze to understand. Take a look over at the 4 doors over there. Belle pointed to 4 large doors, each numbered 1 through 4. Rule 1. 4 of you would enter one of these doors, starting with the first one, and will participate in a game. Exactly 4 people must enter, no more and no less, or I won't activate the game. Rule 2. Once the game has started, no other doors can be entered until the previous door's game has been completed. Rule 3. Each game will be randomly selected from a category of 4 potential options. Oh, I clicked too fast. 2 versus 2. A team game where one team of 2 will win, and the other 2 will be disqualified. 1 versus 3. A game of power dynamics where either one player wins or the opposing team of 3 players wins. The losing side is disqualified. 4-player dilemma. A wild game with rules that could vary drastically. Whether it's cooperative, competitive, or a mix of both. This game could have anywhere between 0 to 4 winners and 0 to 4 players have been disqualified. All for one. A competitive game where only one player may win, so it's everyone for themselves. Sly Woman. Oh, we don't have you. You don't have a voice yet, I believe. Thinking. Let me take a drink real quick. May I have a question? No. Let's see. Trying to adjust my throat to do this. May I have a question? You may indeed. Says these game categories are randomly selected or applicable. What does that mean exactly? Oh, it just means that depending on the results of previous games, some options might not be viable anymore. I'm sure the logic behind that is clear, right? Crystal, please continue. I shall. There's only one rule to go over. Rule 4. Every game will have a fair chance for each player to win. No matter how unfair or dire things may seem, there's always a chance for victory. This rule does not apply to the last room, however. That's it. The rules are pretty simple, don't you think? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The woman dressed in green raised a hand as she looked over to the doors. What does being disqualified mean? Do we just sit it out and wait for the winner? Or are we kicked back to where we came from? Oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that. When this is all done, you'll be bringing us back to the real world, I guess. Of course! I can't have you staying here forever after all. As much fun as it would be to keep you all here, it's actually none of my best interest, and not really allowed either. Oh, but to answer your first question, Laura, about what happens when you get disqualified, it's really a simple thing. You die. Oh. Oh no. This is, who would have seen that coming? You know, it's only just death games, right? This is fine. Oh, I'm all the way down here. You don't see this. There you go. I'm a little bit better. We're gonna keep it the way it is. Huh? Death in my death game? How dare? How dare there be death in this? I gotta pee. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Not a pro streamer, okay? I'm sorry. Pro streamers can hold their bladders. I can't. Also, I've been drinking so much water. Just that way I can actually do these voices. You know what? Green Hat Woman. You may be sheepish. I'm giving you a different voice. You're going to be the Southern Belle. Southern Belle. Huh? Die? Hold on. I didn't agree to any kind of death game here. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We didn't sign up for this. But you kinda did. Coming to my realm means that you accept that part and portion of my games. Skateboarder? I'm gonna give you, like, surfer bro voice. Scared of a little death game? You're not gonna get that far if you chicken out this early in the game. What? How are you so calm about this? Did you not hear what she said? There could only be one winner, which means that the rest of us are going to die. That doesn't freak you out? Nah, not really, bruh. What the hell is wrong with you?
He's right, you're completely ridiculous. I don't care if you give me the keys to the gates of heaven. There's no way in hell that we'll participate in a game like this. Oh, but you have no choice, dear Lilith. Everyone has to play. People are just like surfing on land. You're right.
Lilith, maybe you should take a moment to breathe and calm down.
Calm down. She's telling us that we're playing a game that could kill us. I've got no intentions of playing along. Let her talk, old man. She's gonna have to learn a lesson the hard way.
I'd prefer if she didn't.
Fuck you! I can't believe y'all going along with this like it's normal. Really? You won't play a single game? Do you have shit stuck up your ears, or are you just playing coy? You're making a bad move, lady. I wouldn't keep egging her on like that if I were you. What is this the old goddess going to do? Put my ass to hell? That's a fun idea, but why don't I try this instead? Belle winked before snapping her fingers. I expected something to happen to Lilith, like she'd blow up, get engulfed in flames, or face some other kind of divine punishment. But instead, we all turned our heads when we heard a familiar voice cry out in pain. Oh. The woman's body was being constricted by a large snake, slowly curling and binding her until she's completely immobilized and lying helpless on the ground. I can't do screaming voices. I can't. My throat will kill me. That's a snake? Just a snake! Each of her screams slowly shortened as the snake continued to squeeze her, choking out breath after breath. Holy shit! What the actual fuck are you doing? Let her go! The red-haired woman ran up to the snake and tried valiantly to wrestle the beast off the green-headed woman as best she could. Can you fuck stop watching and help me out? Right. I swallowed my fear and attempted to take a step forward, but Devin pulled on my arm and silently shook her head. It's not worth it, man. Somehow her words sapped out all the courage I had, and I felt myself freeze in place as everyone else continued to simply stare. Fuck! It's gonna be okay, Laura! Don't worry, I'm gonna get you out of this! Laura continued to gasp for air as the snake constricted her, paying no heed to Lilith's attempt to pry it off. Then Belle simply stepped behind her and smugly placed a hand on Lilith's shoulder. Ha! Look at Zizi having such good fun with your sister! Oh, but she does tend to play a little rough. Want me to remove her? All I have to do is agree to play the game. You! The woman turned around just around a moment, meeting Belle's cocky smirk with a glare of pure fury. Fine, I'll play! Let's get this snake off of her! Excellent! Belle snapped her fingers once more, and in a puff of smoke, the snake vanished, leaving Laura clutching her chest and taking heavy breaths as her sister embraced her. Hey, I'm over here, Laura! It's gonna be okay, just breathe. Just take deep and steady breaths. One... Oh, never mind. Shit, man. We haven't even started playing yet. Things are already hectic. Could be one hell of a game. I looked at the skateboarder and the red-haired woman, and I wanted to punch the bastard right in the mouth for all the horrible things he said. But with Devin anchoring me, I did nothing but ball my fists by my side. Wonderful! With that out of the way, I think that we're all ready to participate. You all understood the rules, yes? No other questions that need to be answered before we begin? This is real. I wasn't just having some horrible nightmare. I'm gonna have to play through a bunch of death games just to survive. Christ. What the hell am I supposed to do? I'm not ready for something like this. Fuck. No. Stop. Don't fucking panic. Especially not with Devin right here. Gotta at least act like get your head on right. Take a minute to calm down and think through. It's just games. Competitions. It means everyone here is a competitor to deal with. Just people. With strengths and weaknesses, like anyone else. Devin and I were going to survive, then I need to get a good read on each of them to know how to proceed. I just took a step back and remembered what happened right after we arrived. After Devin and I arrived, it didn't take long for some of the others to show up. The pair that came first was... That's right, these two. This is the place, huh? It's quite beautiful, don't you think? It's true the survivor soul way, I suppose. Right. Whoa, look at those ladies. Got a nice mushroom aesthetic going on.
Could pass for modern day Mario and Luigi. I doubt that they're plumbers and they're not wearing overalls. Don't have the hats either. Nope. Don't just stand there. Go and say hi. Why do I have to do it? Because you're standing up and I'm sitting down. It means I'll take a few extra steps to actually get up and walk over there. Preach, Devin. I'm sitting down. I ain't moving. Or I could yell. You want me to yell? You wouldn't. Hey, mushroom ladies! Everyone tensed up at Devin's sudden scream. The one with the green hat nearly collapsed to the ground. The red-headed one, in turn, balled up her fist and approached us. What are you doing? Starting a conversation. What the hell are you making such a racket for? Wasn't my idea. He told me to do it. No, I didn't. The red-headed woman glared between the two of us with an eye that could probably melt steel. Before either of us could get another word in, the other woman meekly walked over. Did you want us for something? Oh, well... We were just wondering if you were here for the same reason as the rest of us. Oh, for the Digits of Eight Eden Treatment Center! Did someone refer to you here too? Refer? I didn't know there was a referral system. I just went through a raffle. Oh, I didn't know they had a raffle for this. Someone suggested I should try this place. Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Laura Ophio. This is my sister. Lilith Ophio? Only here because my sister needed a plus one or something like that. Oh, is it initials on their hats? Please, I would love that. Lilith and Laura Ophio. The first two people that we met. Laura seemed like a sweet and kind lady. Honestly, a bit of a pushover. More importantly, she seemed about as clueless about the game of fortune as I was. Honestly, she didn't seem like someone that could pose much of a threat on her own. But Lilith, she seemed like the type of person that would fight the forces of heaven and hell for her sister. Probably wouldn't hesitate to beat the hell out of anyone that stood in her way either. Obviously, she didn't seem to care about the opinions of others. It was just real rough. Yeah, she was someone that I'll have to keep an eye on. At least, so I can stay out of her way. Sorry, I didn't mean to drag you here. I know. I'm just glad that we weren't actually being kidnapped. You know what? I can't give Lilith and Laura, like, a British accent and then Laura, like, a Southern accent. So they're both going to be Southerners, okay? The Southern Bell Sisters. What up? 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Southern Bells that may or may not have grown up with British television. That's true. That's true. So like Laura's definitely like just kept her Southern Belle voice, and then Lilith. You know what? Sure, we'll try it. We'll still try to keep it. And then Lilith, headcanon. Lilith just watched a bunch of BBC. And Laura's like, just like, why would you do that? It's like Lilith's like, I like watching Doctor Who. Peppa Pig. Oh God, a bunch of Peppa Pig. God, Peppa Pig. Okay. I gotta get my voice. I gotta get my throat ready. That would be pretty bad, huh? I know, right? That's what I was telling Clyde. He's such a worrywart. Shut up, you. We introduced ourselves, and Laura's soft smile reassured me, while Lilith's internal scowl sent shivers down my spine. This is my first time doing this sort of thing. What happens next? From what we've heard, we're supposed to wait. Guess there are more people coming. That makes sense. It would be odd if we were just the 4 of us here, wouldn't it? What would the right number be? Beats me, but I'm sure they'll tell us whenever the right amount of people show up. I'm just relieved that we're not alone. It would have been real scary if we showed up and it was just the 2 of us. Up their numbers for sure. Let's just hope that the rest of the people that show up are agreeable. I don't want to have to deal with any fools or jackasses here. Lilith. While they bickered, I looked over to the new arrivals. The first pair consisted of a large, burly man in a suit and a professional dressed woman with white hair. Oh, you're gonna be burly man? And the creepy guy, old man. Oh, sorry. The other pair had two men. First, an elderly man with grayish hair, while the other wore a black scarf and a striped purple sweater, almost blending in with the darkness. Yo, that guy is huge! He's pretty big. You want me to yell again to get their attention? Please don't, Devin. I'll go and talk to them. Just for the love of God, don't scream again. If you do, I'll clamp your lips shut myself. Oh, feisty. No, she really means it. Maybe we should go sit down somewhere for a moment, Lilith. Go over and call that huge dude. I want to see if he can lift me up with just one arm. You really don't have a filter, do you? Either way, I was ready to walk over to the burly man and his partner. I felt a hand on my shoulder before I could even take a step. I thought it was Devin's at first, but when I turned my head to look... Ah! This time I was the one who yelped, nearly falling on my ass as I did. I felt like this guy's soulless eyes were prying into my very being. Looking over, I saw a chunk of crowd staring at me. I felt beads of sweat roll down the side of my face. So I know we gave Creepy Man, like, we gave Creepy Man this voice. That was pretty loud. But let's give him a different voice. I'll give him like a very slow, depressed voice. How about that?
That was pretty loud.
That sounds kind of like the old man. Because the old man's like, that was pretty... Yeah, it was pretty loud. Yeah.
That was pretty loud. That was pretty loud. That was pretty loud.
God, it reminds me of Eeyore.
That was pretty loud.
Nah, that'll be Burly Man's voice. I don't know, I'll figure out what to do with his voice here in a second. No shit. You just stuck up behind me and grabbed my shoulder. I don't even know you. You know what? Let's swap it. Creepy Man gets nasally voice. Burly Man gets the deep voice.
Sorry, you looked like you wanted to speak, so I figured I'd stop by and say hello.
Well, he's awfully friendly, isn't he, Clyde? More like creepy.
I get that a lot.
Maybe you should try and sneak up behind people then.
Richard, what did I tell you about scaring people like that?
I wasn't scaring anyone, Dad. I was just introducing myself.
I'll look over and see the old man from before rebuking the creep. This old man is this guy's father?
Apologies for that. He should know by now that he should announce himself before approaching people.
As long as he doesn't do it again.
Thank you for being understanding. He's just a little eager tonight. Or is it morning?
It should be morning.
Right. Who are you exactly? Are you here for the treatment center thing too? Treatment center. Is that what they're calling it nowadays?
Isn't this the Digits of Eden's treatment center? The old man and his son looked at one another awkwardly before turning back to me.
Sure, of course. To get someone you love healed, right?
Yeah. Why the long pause?
No reason. No reason in particular. Just had to do a little bit of thinking. But suffice to say that my son and I aren't particularly here for treatment in the traditional sense.
We're not here for treatment at all.
Then why are you here?
That, my boy, is a bit of a secret. Will be revealed in due time. Anyway, I've spoken my... enough without giving a proper introduction. Or without making your heart jump out of your chest anyway. I'm Philip Oswald Descartes. Here's my son, Richard.
Hi.
These two were a bit more troubling than Laura and Lilith. Philip clearly knew a bit more than he was letting on, or at least he knew something about this whole Game of Fortune business, or maybe the Digits of Eden. Though aside from what he seemed like a bit of an oddball, unlike Richard, it was hard to get a read on him. He was on the quiet side and a bit creepy. I got the feeling that he was trying to read me as much as I was trying to read him. Descartes? What, how are people pronouncing it? Descartes? Still, that make him dangerous? Maybe he was just someone that I need to keep an eye out for. Right, I'm Clyde. That human-shaped sleeping bag on the ground is my friend and co-worker Devin. I gained sentience after Clyde made a wish on a shooting star. Only that were the truth. That's how it was pronounced? Yeah, no. Descartes? I thought it was Descartes. But English is fun. How about that? English is fun, Zeta. Quick. Like Socrates? Ah. Socrates? Wait. Oh, I see the comparison now. I was like, what? Descartes? Okay, so it is Descartes. Okay. Making sure.
You are quite the lively pair. Humorous at that. You have a spirit like that. You'll need it.
We will.
Oh, I should speak out of hand like that. Just forget I say anything. Point being, as long as you two have each other, everything's going to be alright.
The more you speak, the less certain I'm getting about this whole thing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be cryptic. It's just...
Some things are better experienced and explained.
Exactly. Thank you, Richard.
These two are such an odd pair that I guess it made sense that this guy is Richard's father.
It was a pleasure speaking with you. I look forward to more interactions like this in the future.
Same. You're both pretty cool dudes. Cool. No one's ever called me that before. Gee, I wonder why.
Either way, thank you for your time.
Richard and Philip left with a kind of a jolly pep in their step that I wouldn't have expected from such an eccentric pair. They seem like nice people. Your definition of nice is extremely biased towards weirdos. Weirdos are the best people. Nothing to hide because they're open about being weird. Devin, I love you. Just like that. We're friends. That's some twisted logic if I've ever heard it. Oh, I thought it was rather straightforward. A brief intermission, the pair from before had walked up to us. I couldn't help but feel intimidated. The bearded man was bigger up close and his presence was impossible to ignore. Still, I didn't want to let myself get paralyzed by fear. They're just people. By the way, the woman was talking. They'd been listening in on our conversation. Were you eavesdropping on us? Eavesdropping is such a harsh word. You know what? How about I give you like a low, sultry voice? Eavesdropping is such a... Oh, hold up. That's the number 2 voice. Eavesdropping is such a harsh word. Especially since you were the one screaming a moment ago. I assumed you wanted our attention. It wasn't really a cry for your attention. Then perhaps it was a cry for help. In a way, yes. Well, the good news for you is that when it comes to protection, Everett here is quite capable.
I'm not a... Not a bodyguard, you know. Don't introduce me like that.
Sorry, it seemed like a fun way to start the conversation. Early man. Devin, stop being rude.
It's no insult. I know that I have a rather large frame compared to most. Besides, I'm sure she only meant it as a compliment.
Of course you're huge, and it's kind of awesome.
Thank you.
The man seemed to be taking the compliment well enough, but my eyes kept darting over towards the woman, her sharp eyes surveying me from head to toe. Can I help you? Probably not, but I figured I wouldn't pass up the opportunity to have a nice chat. You seem to be having an interesting one with Philip and Richard over there. You were listening in on all that? I have good hearing. What can I say? Since you seem to know so much about us, the least you could do is tell us your name. Oh, I don't know any more about you than what you've said aloud. But anyway, you can call me Theresa Reinhardt. And the big guy? Didn't you hear me before? I said his first name. I was distracted. I don't remember what you said. You need to keep your ears open.
It's fine. My name's Everett Cardoza. I'm an accountant.
Money and muscles? You've got it all, don't you?
Well, my life's not perfect, but I've certainly got a lot of things under control.
What's wrong, Clyde? You look like you got something that you want to say. Nothing serious. I'm just really curious about why you're here. Did you watch the opening movie? Yeah, no, I didn't watch the opening movie. Couldn't remember everyone's names that popped up. Nothing serious. I'm just really curious about why you're here. That's the golden question. I bet you're going to be asking everyone that, aren't you? Hold up. I feel like her voice is similar to someone else's. I feel like it's similar to two in a combination of other people. Who's at me? Should you call this? No. I suppose. Oh. I think we just go with the 2 voice and just go roll with it, and then when 2 and 3 pop at the same time, it's gonna be very frustrating, but we'll just do what we can. I suppose that means you're new to all this then. Yes, we're new to whatever the whole thing is. Oh, then this is going to be fun. Can't wait to see how things pan out. Do what works best for you? Yeah, just my throat's not working with me today. You're dodging my earlier question though. Oh, that? Sorry, we'll answer that. Everett, why are we here again?
Confidential.
Yes, I'm not really at liberty to speak about that right now. But maybe we can later. All that buildup and you're just not going to tell us? We'll tell you, just not right now. It's probably nothing that you need to worry about. Can't help but feel more worried. I can't help you with that, but things will be revealed soon enough. Thanks. Really goes a long way to make me feel that I'm not in danger. Oh, you're not in any danger here. That much I can assure you. No one here thus far have made me feel that way. Oh. Means that more people have arrived. You should do the honor of greeting them. Since when did we become the welcoming committee? Well, it's just some sound advice. You probably want to get to know people here and save yourself from suffering down the line. Suffering? Oops, did I say that out loud?
It was nice meeting you. I hope Theresa didn't scare you too much. She just likes messing with people.
Yeah, I gathered. These two. They worried me the most out of everyone so far. Everett seemed polite, but he had strength and likely wit in spades. He almost seemed like some kind of hotshot spy going on a mission. A mission that clearly had given him more intel than me. And Theresa, well, she just screamed danger. She seemed sly, cunning, a bit too playful. Plus, I just couldn't shake the feeling that she seemed almost a bit too excited. They both know we were about to get involved in this weird death game. So, what kind of preparation do they have in advance? Want to make bets on what the next people are going to be like? I risk my savings trying to guess whether weirdos might be showing up next. Besides, you don't even like gambling. Not a gamble if I can't tell there's going to be some weirdos in it. The first pair was a grizzled middle-aged man and a peppy young lady. The other was a young couple that looked like they'd just come back from a concert. Which in all honesty, was a more welcome sight than the people that had shown up thus far. Actually, is that? How about you go and introduce yourself first? Tired of doing all the talking. Sure, I think I'm in the right mood to talk now. Devin stood up and looked between the two groups who were heading to the left, towards the older man and jockish woman. Hey there, what's up? It's really how you're gonna introduce yourself? The grizzled man walked right past Devin without a word, or even a glance from what I could tell. You know what? I'm gonna give Sporty Girl. Sporty Girl's gonna be like a loud voice. Gruff Man's going to be... I want a Joey Wheeler voice at some point. I think Gruff Man's gonna have like... this voice. No. This voice. This voice. Yeah, this voice. This will be Gruff Man. Sporty Girl, you're gonna be Joey Wheeler. Hey, Alphonse. No, bad. That's not how you're supposed to act in front of others. Lady pulled on the man's arm and dragged him back over towards Devin. Don't mind Al. He's just being a sourpuss. Is the ride just not comfortable enough for him? Probably one too many bumps. That's why he's being a grump right now. Go on. I'm mixing Joey's voice with other voices. Yeah, so go on and introduce yourself properly, Al. He was nice enough to walk up to you despite your scary face. Alphonse Gilmont. And you walk as a... Yeah. I might be mixing the Lilith voice with Zoe's voice. Which if I am, I'm sorry. Like a private investigator? He's really not one for conversation, is he? Oh, this isn't Zoe. My bad. I don't know this girl. I don't know this girl's name yet. Also, I have to like do the yeah part, and every time I try to do this Joey voice, just that way I can like get my head into the game, thinking of what the voice is like. Yeah, I promise he's not usually like this. I'm sure you'll loosen up in time. Anyway, I'm Maria Faraday. I'm a personal trainer, and I'm here to kick ass and take names. Okay, Maria. Gotcha. Badass. Well, okay, kick some serious ass. Thanks, but don't worry. I can only beat the shit out of the people who deserve it. Y'all know Joey's great at games? Yeah. You seem nice enough to not deserve it. I hope so. My insurance doesn't cover ass kickings. Yeah, that's tough. Well, if it comes down to it, I'll go easy on you. It's appreciated. Name's Devin. I'm a line cook. My silent friend over here is Clyde. He's a dishwasher. I introduce myself. Thank you very much. Well, you were taking your sweet-ass time. Nice to meet you, Clyde. A line cook and a dishwasher. Which means... both work at a restaurant? Yeah, much is obvious. We work at a pizzeria. If you stop by, you can see my handiwork up close and personal. Hey, if you hook me up some food, I'll totally give you a discount on the gym membership. A pair of pretty faces like yours, you'd be more than welcome. You hear that, Clyde? I think Maria's taking a shining to us. Huh? Well, I suppose it's a good thing. Maria giggled before being tugged away by Alphonse, who had been quietly grimacing through the entire conversation. You're done here. We have some prep to do. You need to learn how to let people have fun, Al. Stop dragging me. These are good shoes. Maria continued to get pulled away by Alphonse. She gave us a parting wave and smiled before being forcefully removed from the conversation. Maria and Alphonse. The two balanced one another out pretty well. If Alphonse was the muscle and wit, Maria was the charm and face. Well, they were both probably the muscle. Maria seemed well-meaning and friendly, while Alphonse was much more standoffish. Was it because he didn't want to deal with us? What was a private investigator doing in a place like this anyway? Was it just a coincidence? Kind of reminded me of Lilith in a way. Someone that didn't want to deal with nonsense and might not shy away from conflict. Though he seemed more like he might just avoid it if he could. But hard to tell from just first impressions. Maria, on the other hand, she just warmed up to us real fast. Was she just naturally that charismatic and kind? Was it a front? Just some kind of way to gain our trust and be on our side early? I didn't know. But now that we were in a death game, we couldn't just blindly assume that every friendly face had good intentions. Even if part of me really wanted to believe it. Look at that, Clyde. If things go well for us, we might have a date by the end of the day. Are you serious right now? What? Were you not getting the same vibes that I was right there? He was offering us a discount at the gym. He totally digs us. Or at least one of us. Probably me. Probably just flattering you so you go over to the gym she works at and pay up. I think it's worth it if it means I get on a date with someone as cool as her. You managed to stay committed enough, that is. You weren't interested either. Anyway, you're right. I should totally take the lead in these conversations. It's way easier than watching you fumble around. I do not fumble. Sure, keep telling yourself that. Watch and learn. I'm gonna go and chat up those two over there. Confidence in her stride, Devin walked up to the other pair, who seemed to be absent-mindedly tapping away at their phones. Weird. Didn't get any reception here. What were they doing with their phones? Before I could ask that myself, Devin had already called for the pair's attention. Can we help you? Yeah, look, I'll try and make this as direct as possible. My friend Clyde is totally into you and would like your number. What? Yo, what? Both me and the guy with dreadlocks looked at one another. At this rate, people were going to know me as the loudmouth guy that couldn't help but scream every 5 minutes. Whoa, that's not true at all. But you were saying so many things about her, Clyde, like how pretty she was, and... She shoved my hand over Devin's mouth before she could say anything else, making me look like an idiot. But of course, the damage had already been done. What's your deal, man? You think you just walk up to her like that and ask for a number like that's okay? No, like I said, it's just a misunderstanding, and Devin, I don't want to hear any of the excuses. You even know her, you're just gonna ask for a number? Hey man, seriously? If you just calm down for a second, I can explain. Calm down? I'll calm down when your jaw is busted and broken. The man grabbed my collar and raised a fist to the air. I winced, anticipating a painful blow to the face. Right as he started to swing down his hand, a voice rang out. Zaf, quit! It was clear, sharp, and precise, enough to keep the man from going any further, and he let go of me. I glared at Devin, who looked apologetic, considering that I almost got my jaw broken because of some dumb joke that she wanted to make for a bunch of strangers. Sorry about that. Zaf's a little overprotective when it comes to matters of the heart. Oh, she has the same voice as the S4. I can't get that voice. Go on, apologize, Jeff. The least you could do. No.
the least you could do after you almost put that guy over a joke.
It was just a joke.
Of course it was. You really think that someone like this?
No, that's the Sylvester voice. Yeah. We'll go with regular voice right now. Of course it was. Do you really think that someone would just ask for my number out of the blue like that using your friend? We are friends, right? Currently we are. I'm starting to question if it's going to stay that way. Sorry about that. You should get a whole bunch of creepy fans to try to get all up in her business. Sometimes I like to just knock some sense into them when they get a little too forward, you know? Fans? Actually, now that I wasn't not being held up by the collar, these two seem a little familiar. Kishi, Mistwalker, and Death Sphere? Oh, so you are a fan then. So I do need to beat the crap out of you. Hold on. I'm not a fan exactly. I just know of you. Are you saying that you're too good for Kishi's music? Dude, can you ease up a bit and just let me talk? Alright. Finally, I'm trying to say that I know of her because I've heard of her band online. You're jumping for Prime Ordeals, right? That's right. Ever been to one of her concerts? No, like I said, only heard your stuff in passing. Music's great and all, just don't go to concerts. Cool, I'm just glad you're not one of those overzealous fans. Otherwise, I might have let Zeph beat the snot out of you. Well, I guess that's good news for all of us. I'd rather not get my knuckles bloody today if I could help it. It would look good on my photos. Photos? Come on! You said my full name, so you gotta know who I am, right? Yeah, you're the skateboarder Zeph Sphere. I only know you by your relation to Kishi. You know, you two dating and all. Aside from that, I don't really know much else. You really don't know who I am? He's an influencer, Clyde. I mean, sure, he's a skateboarder. He's been bringing the sport back into the public light, but he's more or less known for his endorsements and good looks. Still, kind of weird. Wouldn't expect the two of you to be here. Oh, you're both probably rich, so just like pay for whatever treatment you need. Treatment? What the heck are you talking about? Never mind. I feel like I want to talk myself to madness if I keep asking that question. Probably get your reasons for being here, right? That's right. You really don't, but we don't really feel like we're going into detail about it. It's not right, Zeph. Yeah, we've got reasons to keep in mum. We really don't have a reason to worry. Unless? Zeph leaned in closer, staring me in the eye for a few seconds before leaning back. Never mind. You're probably not with them. With them? Don't worry about it. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. You say so. Anyway, it was nice meeting you two. Maybe when this is all done, I'll give you my number so you can catch one of our concerts. Assuming we're on good terms when this is all over. Sure. I think I'll pass. Last thing I want is for Zeph to get the wrong idea. Zeph and Kishi. Really wouldn't have expected the two celebrities to actually show up to a place like this. Certainly knew what's going on here. Almost like they weren't trying to hide it. They just weren't explaining it at all. What'd that mean? How the hell were two celebrities in the know about death games? Almost nonchalant about it. They have a death wish? No. At least I didn't think that was why they were here. Zeph was way too protective of Kishi to let any harm come to her. Then why participate? Was it Kishi's idea and he was just here to keep her safe as long as he could? Kishi did seem to have a bit of a sway over him. He seemed completely at ease. Almost relaxed when we talked. Was this because she knew something that we didn't? Hard to say for sure, but they were prepared. That meant they might have ideas for what death games might pop up. It could be useful, or to join up with them, or a detriment if they became opponents. What you put me through, you're not allowed to speak on my behalf ever again. Never? As long as I live. When you die, I can make up all sorts of wild and fantastical stories? Sure, go nuts. I'll be dead, so I won't care. I watched the final pairs approach, and out of all the people I'd seen thus far, these two pairs seemed to have the least in common. First was an elderly woman who seemed composed, and a young man looking more confused than anything else. The second pair was a sullen young man and a cheery man outshining him. I approached the two men who were talking amongst themselves before they noticed me and looked over. Hope my friends would make crazy stories with me. Yeah, go over and be crazy about it. You know what, techie guy? You're gonna get Southern Man. Well, that's a new record. What's it been? Less than a minute? Excuse me? It's a new record for how much time I stood here before someone was simply captivated by my beauty and charm. Perhaps it's the moonlight, or maybe this beautiful Cloverfield, But bromance is in the air, and I can't help but entertain those who search for it. What was it with people getting the wrong idea whenever I walked up to them? Sorry, you're not really my type. That's what they all say when they want to play hard to get, but I know that I'm a commodity. Few can afford me, but many covet me. Game Shark's a lot of Southerners, it seems. We have 2 Southern characters. What are you talking about? Clyde, I made a mistake. I think we should have gone to the old lady first. Yeah, no shit. And who am I speaking with this fine early morning? I'm Clyde. Devin. What wonderful names. I'll be sure to etch them into my memory as I hope you'll etch mine into yours. You never introduced yourself. I'm just getting to that, Grant. I know more about this than you. I was just saying that. If I wanted your opinion, I would have asked for it, now wouldn't I? Let me ask you, how many dates have you gone on in the past few years? 0. That's right. And I can tell you that I've at least had more than 0 dates in the past few weeks, let alone years. I know. Hey, don't you think you're laying into this guy a bit much? You're not really making a good case for why either of us would want to date you, man. You'll have to excuse my fit of anger there. A lack of sleep and breakfast does that to a man. My name's Jade Emerson. My sullen acquaintance here is Grant Page. Hello. He's always dours. Don't mind him too much. You didn't have to say that, dude. You're right, you're right. Why focus on him when you can focus on me? In case my looks aren't enough, I'll have you know that I'm a talented computer programmer. In fact, I've helped the development of numerous popular apps. Oh wow, I'm just being swept off my feet right now. No doubt, that's why I have connections in all sorts of industries. I can help you get where you want to be in life. Right now, all I want is to be as far away from you as possible. Thanks, but I'm pretty comfortable taking things slow and steady right now. I don't think I'm ready for some of the big responsibilities that would come with the promotion just yet. Well, that's the best part. The higher up you go, the less work you have to do. Why, you only have to make a few decisions each day. After that, everyone underneath you just does what you say. It's as simple as that. Can I punch him? I really just want to punch this guy right in the face. Not stopping you. Jade, I think we should leave them alone. What? But why, Grant? They're clearly a fun-loving group. Every time you speak, I see them wince. You're probably stressing them out. Good point. They're probably tired from their trip here. Clyde, Devin, we shall continue our conversation another time. But if it was a pleasure to have met such well-minded people. Sure, dude. We were quick to turn away and get as far away from Jade as we could. As we passed him, Grant turned ever so slightly and whispered something quietly to the 2 of us. Sorry. I honestly couldn't take either of them seriously. Jade seemed way in over his head. I didn't imagine him as serious competition. Like he's the guy who dies first in a horror movie because everyone hates him. Though, he didn't use tropes as a valid reason for why he might be a weak competitor. He might have hidden talents. Or maybe he will find some people to charm. Sure as hell won't be me or Devin, though. As for Grant, he seemed a bit quiet and meek, like Laura. But it seemed different. It seemed like he was just kind of sad. He had the willpower to get through a bunch of death games, or was he going to fold easily? Maybe that was why he was sticking with Jade. The guy oozes charisma and confidence. Maybe he needed someone to lean on. In that case, maybe he was dependent on Jade, or become too needy to go through some of the death games. Sorry, Clyde, but I can't stand people like him for more than a few minutes. And that guy was really pushing it. Well, I hope that the old lady doesn't pose as much of an issue for you then. We walked over towards the older woman and we were stopped by her partner as he suddenly stepped between us, staring at us with wide, curious eyes. Excuse me, can you maybe take a step back? 1 second, I think I get a good look at you. He started circling us like a piranha. No, at least piranhas were scary. The guy just looked us up and down like a doctor inspecting a patient. Nothing innately magical about you. What a shame. Magical? Well, I'll have you know I'm plenty magical. I made $50 disappear out of Clyde's pocket once and he never found out. Wait, is that where my money went? Pretty sure it's not the same as supernatural powers. You're not some kind of supernatural creature, not a possessed entity. No, you're just human through and through. Are we supposed to be something else? Well, I suppose you're not, but I have a feeling that someone here will be of magical stock. Maybe she have gotten in my help top. Before the young man could continue, the older woman behind him lightly tapped his shoulder and shook her head.
Now it's not the time to indulge in your fantasies. The young man took a deep breath and sighed before rolling his eyes. I'm fine, but I keep my eyes, ears, and nose like a prowl for even the faintest hint of magical energy. No, I'm glad I gave him this voice now, because it matches him. Clyde, I think this kid's got a few screws loose. The boy is of sound mind. He's just more vocal on his spiritual and mystical beliefs than most. Hey, who are you calling a boy? I'm 20. I'm an adult in every way, shape, and form. Of course you are, William. Be that as it may, you're still quite inexperienced in a realm of things that are beyond human comprehension. Are you some kind of priest or something? No, I am an author. What's your name? Or your pen name? You sound like you must write about some wild stuff. There is nothing wild about what I write. Most of the books that I publish would be considered occultist material. Things about spirits, other realms of existence and purpose and nature of our dreams. Planes that we can only perceive with our souls. Sounds wild to me. I mean, I can't even imagine any of that sort of stuff. Don't give me a name, though. My name is Elizabeth Colombo. My pen name is Umbra Dre. This young man is my student, William Morris. Probably I don't know her, though. You two don't look the types that can afford the stuff she writes. I bet you don't even know where you can find it. What does that mean? It means that you have to bury it on the starlit market, which is hella expensive. You don't even look all that rich. What the hell is a starlit market? The section of the black market made for occultist and magical stuff. You buy The Ashes of Vampire, a book that translates fairy text to human languages, and lets you dream in other realms. Wow, no wonder I haven't heard of it. That sounds like a total load of bull. It's not bull. It's mystical and it's spiritual. You tell them, Elizabeth. You can't force someone to believe in something. You've got to convince people of something that sounds so fantastical and foreign. Right. If that's the case, why the heck are you here? Is there something mystical about this whole place? I could be wrong. It just have a pretty chill, relaxing vibe, but I don't see any fairies or pixies offering me acorn tea. Are you serious? You know what the whole place is about? It's a treatment center? Are you an idiot? A treatment center? Where? Do you see any buildings or doctors nearby? We thought this place is a kind of treatment center. Oh god, the spit guard actually worked. God. Maybe you accidentally walked through a field of brainjackers. Elizabeth, I don't know if these two are safe to hang around, because they don't know what they've gotten themselves into. What the hell have we gotten ourselves into, since you're so smart? Simple. This place is where... There was silence again as Elizabeth put a hand on his shoulder, brought a finger to her lips. Hush, child. You won't have to convince him of anything soon enough. Am I the only person here who doesn't find all this cryptic messaging a little alarming? I understand why you might be alarmed or uncomfortable. I can assure you that you're in no danger. Yeah, honestly, you could have picked a safer place to have this whole treatment thing, or whatever you're calling it. As all of this would be the best understood through experience, suffice to say. It would take longer to explain than to simply wait for it to start. Have everything make sense when they begin. Not a satisfying answer. William, tell me what you were doing. Go and say before she cut you off. No, she's right. You'll understand more when you're in the game. In the game? William? Oh, sorry. I spoke up when I shouldn't have, huh? If you got that much at least, you'll figure out the rest when things get started. The game? What the hell are you talking about? We're playing the world's most obscure game of hide and seek? We might. What does that mean? What's the snake attack, lady? You'll get it? Yeah. Stop talking riddles. Just tell me what's going on. This goddamn annoyance. Cocky, hard-headed, acts like he knows everything. Can't imagine this guy getting far at all in a death game. Unless he's just acting like a fool. In which case, good on him. If not, he's gonna need some serious help to get anywhere. Which is probably why he's paired up with his teacher. Elizabeth seems wise. Like so many other people here, seems to be keen on taking some secrets. Chances are she knew about the Game of Fortune beforehand as well. But what? She didn't want us scared. So what does an old lady get out of us being in the dark? Or anyone for that matter. Plus, there was that weird thing about her works being on some starlit market. Obviously, these two knew a thing about occultist material. I guess the Game of Fortune fit in that way. But on the bright side, they both had exploitable weaknesses. William in his overconfident, cocky nature. Elizabeth with her old, frail body.
be rude to look at them purely for their weaknesses, but I need to ensure my survival through any means. Yeah. We got pulled into that ceremony section. A lot of variable threats, but nothing that's impossible. Even so, maybe there's a way that I can... Hey, Clyde? Huh? Get your head out of the clouds! Oh, I got lost in thought there. See that Belle was looking over us, waiting for questions. Where everyone was silent, from Lilith, who was still comforting her sister. In the confirmation, Belle nodded, began to float up. Well then, let's not waste any more time. Let this round, the Game of Fortune, commence. And with that, we're going to call it. Just want to make sure it is 11 o'clock. I am having to wrap up here. Let's go ahead and move on over to our chatting